Yes, you read the title right. Vampire Dentist. Today, we are looking at the Crimson Castellan, led by the Gnasher of Teeth, Lydia. But to bring such a story to life, we must first go all the way to the beginning, when she was just the 7th daughter in a little hamlet. She was a girl who could see the divinity in daisies, the love in a cow's eyes, and contentment in the swaying of wheat. Her days filled with song, even in the hardest season. Her family observing festivals whenever they arose, and gave freely to the spirits of hearth and forest. This binding of ritual and tradition, however, is what would seal Lydia's dark fate. For with playful air was viewed the sacrifices to the Tooth Faerie, called less endearingly the Gnasher by Lydia's grandparents. Every night, when a tooth was left under the pillow, this Fae would take it and leave a gift in return. This sweet, curious young girl, with her last tooth in hand, resolved to catch a glimpse of this being that had delighted her with such gifts. Not realizing just how terrible such a creature was. Though she quickly discovered it, when it resolved to take control of her body. During her growing years, she was forced to do the fairy's dirty work. A new, grisly reality which she found herself in, learning much by the time she was freed. Alone, but not lonely, Lydia would find herself in the employment of a Trism mercenary company known as the Black Spears, serving as a doctor's aide. And as one might imagine, she used this time to practice what was seared into her mind. The soldiers she touched were always cured, but they were not always pleased to still live. Which, fair enough. She hated using these magics, but had sworn that she would never feel out of control again. Her acts of healing bring her to the intention to the Black Spear's leader, Lionel Yule. This man of fortune had ambitions for the throne of Trism, and knew that steel alone would not suffice. With an assembly of mages, he assembled the spells and power necessary to take on the king. Lydia was not the wisest among the council, but she had a sort of magnetic pull that won the others over. Seeing past the facades, she would show others that they could be more, so much more, if only they let her help. By the end, they would become her Marrow mages, and it was not Lionel who would be placed on the throne. And such, Lydia had played the game, and won. Albeit, she played a little too well. For the pacts she would make along the way would leave her so weirded as to be unable to return home. Now, in a bid to seek recompense and vengeance, she reshapes the lands of Trism in her own image. Her fixation on perfection and her obsession with teeth betrays her only ambition: to capture the creature that cursed her life. Her castle, the Spine, which spans across a world, sits upon every magical ley line of the realm. And like the most silent of spires, she patiently awaits for the Nasher to return and meet a fate worse than death. And if other rift-faring beings are caught in a snare, no matter. There are many ways to use the ivory that they hold within them.